weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
And Curry, here we go. And he gets it to go. Curry's got 19 points.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. They kick it out to Green from outside the arc. Another three for Golden State.
Couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding. It has not been an easy quarter for them, at least offensively speaking.
Here's Curry with the three. The shot misses. Harden with the defensive effort. And it's the Rockets on the break. Misses from short range. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. The Warriors on top. They lead by 18. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Warriors.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Bogut and at the 5 down low. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. There's the pick. It's Curry with the drive. No good. And the Rockets take it the other way.
And Dwight Howard, a former 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, still remains a fearsome presence in the paint.
Harden dishes to Beverley. And Thompson sends it back.
Rockets ball.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. Six on the shot clock. Howard, the pass to Harden. Baseline try. And that one's good. Beverley.
Assisted.
Beverley's got the first basket of the second quarter for Houston. No doubt Howard, a dominant rim protector and one of the premier rebounders of the game. He is always there and always is a force to be dealt with.
Yeah, he really is, Kevin. He's a big reason the Rockets are an elite defensive team. I mean, don't forget also that he's one of the most athletic centers in league history. He still can get it done. Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past. He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Beverley out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. Warriors leading by 16. On its way from Curry for 2. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Curry's got 23.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
That's his first personal
And guys, Patrick Beverly, a perfect fit for the Rockets alongside James Harden. You know, Beverly is in that complementary role as a 3 and D guy. And remember, also, even though he's the point guard, he doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's good at just spotting up for threes, and he's a hounding on-ball defender.
He misses the free throw. And Beverly plucked out of Europe by the Rockets. Clark, he signed a new contract this past offseason.
And a nice value for the Rockets, Kevin. I mean, he's a player whose impact on the game really transcends the stat sheet. That's often the case for those guys that are all defense caliber players.
Here's Curry. And too long on the shot.
High quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And Greg, that has him SHHing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Clark. Here's Green. Following the basket by Montejunas. And Thompson kicks to Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 25 points for Steph Curry.
They're leaning on that mid-range shot right now. That's 6 of their last 10 points from that area.
And it's working. As long as the defense gives you space, hey, let it fly.
Now here's Ariza. Curry brings the double. And Howard has it in the corner. Here's Montejunas. Buries the long-range jumper. Montejunas has got 5 points so far.
Dwight Howard with some slick passing on that one. Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the 2nd spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day. They could have ended as low as 6th going into the final games.
Harden has a wide open look. From outside, off the mark. Curry with it. And it's Harden picking him up. Stephen Curry again. Curry's got 8 here in the quarter.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
Clearly a mental lapse at an inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a terrible mistake, Greg, to make it any time, but it's really exacerbated when you make it at this time.
From deep three-point range, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry.
Rockets ball.
Rockets trail by 17. Harden draws the double. Montejunas kicks to Howard. Here's Beverly. And it's Klay Thompson with the rebound.
He's giving them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
Curry with it. He's picked up by Ariza. A 3-ball. Here's Bogut. Second shot opportunity. And it's sent back by Howard. They recover it. Thompson with the bucket.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. It's Harden with the drive. Curry with the steal. There's the lob to the hoop.
Nice silky finish on the alley-oop.
That sequence, I don't think Clark could have been executed any better.
Stupendous feat. And
that's the beauty of the game right there. I hope we get the opportunity to see a few more of those.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Oracle Arena, let's keep it going.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all four quarters.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
How about Steph Curry in this one? He's got 27 points and just an amazing performance from downtown.
He is pouring it in for three, guys. You know how much I love to see guys knocking down buckets.
Oh, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Houston. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Modiunas and Howard the post pair. And it's Beverly in at the one. What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly. Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite.
Here's Beverly after the made shot from Klay Thompson. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Sloppy is the only way you can describe his play thus far. Just way too many turnovers.
Warriors leading by 23.
And the Warriors won 51 games back in 2014, improved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement was an NBA record for the Warriors.
Here's Harden. The step-back jumper is good.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
But they recover it. Curry against Beverly. From deep three-point range, Curry can't get it to go.
It goes without saying the Warriors set franchise records all over the place with their play. Their win total being the highest ever, but also of note was it was the first time they've won 50 games in back-to-back seasons. They seem to truly have arrived as a top-notch franchise in this current state of the NBA.
Warriors call time.
They're doing work here in the second half, 3 or 4 to start.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Last season for James Harden was easily his best yet. Finished second in the MVP race. Put up huge numbers with career highs in points per game scoring. Greg at more than 27 a game.
And also carried that Rockets team that dealt with a plethora of injuries, mainly to Dwight Howard. And second in the league in scoring, I mean, narrowly losing out to Russell Westbrook, who just went on a tremendous tear the second half of the season. And then also finished runner-up in the MVP race.
Warriors leading by 22.
And for Harden coming in second in the MVP race, he had a lot of first-place votes, and nobody knew if he or Curry would win the award. In most other seasons, he would have won the MVP.